This next demo will cover how to start the airplane exercise. Up until this point, we've been drawing with the pen tool and using layers. We will now continue to do that, and we will now add gradients to create an illustration. So if we take a look at our layers, we have a dimmed layer for the ground, and we have a dimmed layer for the plane. This is the illustration you're going to recreate. We have the dim layers so you can draw over top of them. Then we have a layer for ground where you want to place the background, and then draw a plane. And then you can make as many layers as you need from the plane up. So first thing you want to do is create this ground, this background. So what you should do is take the eyedropper tool and eyedrop the dark blue. You want to drag that into your swatches. And you want to eyedrop the green and drag that into your swatches. Okay. Now, what we want to do is just draw a rectangle. Make sure you're on the draw ground layer. Keep these other layers locked so you don't accidentally go down to them. And just draw a rectangle, a small rectangle, right here. Okay. Now, I'll just get rid of the fill on that. And I want to start with the black and white gradient, so I'll find that in my swatch palette. And I need my gradient palette, so I'll go Window, Gradient. Here's my black and white gradient. And the first thing I want to do is rotate this. So here's the rotation part. I'm just going to type in a 90 there. There we go. So right now we just have white to black. And I'm simply going to take those colors that I eyedropped and drag them right into the gradient. So there's my blue at the top. I'll yank out the black. And let me put this back on 100. There we go. And then I'm going to replace the white with my green. And get rid of the white. So now we have a nice gradient going from blue into green, but we want to get this hazy horizon here. So what we're going to do is drag white into our gradient. And we're going to turn down the opacity on it. We'll take it down to 10%. And then we'll pull these sliders in till we start to get what we're looking for. And then if I just hide the original, see there's my background, there's the original, I think that'll work fine. So I'll keep that off. Next thing I want to do is just open this rectangle up. Grab it by the bounding box. And there's my background. Now, let's take another look at the original background. You'll need to draw this river and this bridge and roads, throw some clouds in there. So you should do that on a layer above this. You can just simply make a new layer, and then you can hide this, and then draw those. Okay? And then you can move them back if you like. So that's how you're going to go ahead and do the ground. Next thing you're going to do is start to draw the plane. And you should use geometric shapes wherever possible. You can see the ellipses in here. But you can also make some gradients here to use on the plane. So back to my dimmed. And we want to start drawing these shapes. And I'll zoom in on that. And just like before, I want to start off with a black and white gradient. And I need to I'm going to deselect that. I need to eyedrop a nice orange and red. So let me get the eyedropper and see what I get here. Oops, Command Z that. Make sure my background isn't selected. There we go. And I'm just going to move this out of the way. Okay, this is where we want to get our colors. So we'll get a nice red and drag that into our swatches. And we'll get an orange at the other end of the wing. And we'll drag that in. And that's our two colors for our new gradient. So there we are with our black and white. So we'll drag the red into one end, yank out the black, the orange to the other, yank out the white. Now you have your nice orange-red gradient. Remember, you can manipulate that with the gradient tool. You can either hit Edit Gradient or hit G. That puts you in the gradient tool. And then you can simply drag through and adjust till you get what you're looking for. Once you create that gradient that you like, you can just simply drag it into swatches and save it and reuse it for a lot of the other shapes. So that is the plane exercise. Remember to keep these layers locked so you don't accidentally draw on them. Make as many as you like after you get up to start drawing the airplane. And this exercise is due in 1 week.